Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're coming back as a subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my video. If you're here for the first time, my name is Bemi. Nice to meet you. Here I talk about faith, finances, career development, and personal development as well. So if those things interest you, I also talk about business. If those things interest you, please do join our family. Click the like button, share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Today is the first episode on our faith series. Also did mention in my first video that I'll be looking into the Proverbs 31 woman. Proverbs 31 has been a chapter of the Bible that has been of interest to me for a very long time. I'm just going to be sharing some commentaries with you on Proverbs 31 women. Do we have too much of an eye hope for ourselves? Are we using an impossible yardstick to measure our success as women, as a man looking for a woman to marry, or as a young woman just going into marriage? Is it an impossible task to be a Proverbs 31 woman? Proverbs 31 was an advice from a woman to a man, so from a mother to a son. The son's name is King Lemuel, and he's writing this down as an instruction and an advice from his mom as to what a virtuous woman would be. And I'm suspecting that he is a single man trying to find a wife. King Lemuel is not listed in any record as part of the kings in Judah or Israel. So some Bible scholars say it's a pen name for King Samuel, and some did say King Lemuel is a pagan king who believes in God. It says, who can find a virtuous wife? For what is far above rubies. So in this section of Proverbs 31, Lemuel's mother spoke to him about the qualities of a virtuous wife. The following verses speak of a character and activity, giving Lemuel an idea of the woman to search for and to prize. So the passage is traditionally understood as being addressed to women, but it is more accurately spoken by a woman to a man, so you could know the character of a good wife before marriage. More important for a man to know the qualities of a virtuous woman, and just for a woman, it's more like a checklist. I hope my life aligns with the will of God, with the fear of God, because with the fear of God comes wisdom, and then comes all of these things in one bucket. Passage gives a guide, a goal of the Christian woman. So as a Christian woman, what are we thriving at? What are we trying to achieve in our home? What are we trying to achieve in our business? What are we trying to achieve in our community? How are we treating people around us? This is what the Proverbs 31 helps us do. Guide us in our Christian way, guide us in our family, guide us in our dealings with other people, in our dealing with our children, our dealings with our husband. And so what kind of characters are we portraying to people outside? What kind of character are we? In fact, people outside, it's obvious that some people would go to any length to, for example, pretend to be a Christian, but in your home, that is where your virtues show the best, because that time there's no one looking at you, there's no one judging you. But what character are you portraying in your home, to your children, to your husband, to people around you, to the people that you deal with in your business? It's not only a mandate to single women trying to attract godly men to themselves, but also reminds Christian men that he must walk in the fear of the Lord and the wisdom of God, so that he will be worthy and be compatible with such virtuous women. So a lazy man does not deserve a virtuous woman. That's basically what Proverbs 31 is saying. Because the first part of Proverbs 31 God spoke to him as a character that he has to do certain things to be worthy of the virtuous woman. But most of the time when we read that Proverbs 31, we all jump to verse 10 and just see, okay, am I a virtuous woman? How can I be a virtuous woman? But the important thing is, this is actually to the man. Like, before you deserve a virtuous woman, who are you? Who are you before you even get a virtuous woman? Before you can say you want a virtuous woman, before you can deserve a virtuous woman. So those are the precepts before even going into the qualities of a virtuous woman. So your marital status does not determine if you're a virtuous woman or not. You can be single or a married woman and still be virtuous. Each will have particular ways the virtue is expressed, either in the singleness or as a family. You as a single lady, how are you expressing your virtues? Are you being kind to people around you? Are you being accommodating to people around you? The second part is from verse 11 to 12. This is a virtuous woman's relationship with her husband. In Proverbs 31, 11 to 12, the heart of her husband safely trusts her. You have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. He will not lack any gain. That means it doesn't mean that the man is relying on you. It just means that your support is very essential to that family. The heart of her husband safely trusts her. That's a very, very big word. The virtuous wife not only has the trust of her husband, but it's safely given to her. And he has total confidence in her that she will never fail him. Right? Her character is trustworthy. Like, she's predictable. She's filled with integrity. She will speak, act, and live with wisdom. These are attributes that the Holy Spirit can give to us, that we can pray to God to give to us, not just to exhibit in our home, but to exhibit with people around us. But the first ministry that we do have is our home. The opposite of that is, if you're not trusted by your husband, you're taking some measure of blessings away from the home. That is great. That is big. Because whatever affects your home definitely affects you. Are you a virtuous woman? Are you? That's a question I ask myself over and over and over again. As a human being, we have our shortcomings. We're not perfect. In fact, I am not perfect, and I don't have it all together all the time. But does that make me less of a virtuous woman? I would say no, because God is still helping me to be that woman that He wants me to be. The most important virtue of a virtuous woman is the fear of God, because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. And when you have wisdom, your paths will just open. Like, God will direct your paths in a way that will please Him, please your family, please everyone around you, and make everything that you touch prosper, including your home, including your finances, including your business or your career. So don't beat yourself up just because you don't amount to every single thing that the Proverbs 31 chapter says a virtuous woman should be. Pray for that wisdom, pray for that fear of God, and just watch God do what only Him can do in your life. Okay, so next time, on the next episode on our Proverbs 31 women, I'll be looking further into the next couple verses, starting from Proverbs 31 verse 13. Now, I have a lot of interesting things that I want to share with you, and I definitely hope that you're back again to see that episode. If you want to know when I release new video, please do click on the notification bell so that you're notified when a new episode comes out. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video. I hope you're able to lift someone up today, lift a single person up or a married person. Hope to see you next time, but until then, this is your girl saying ciao.